for you to join. Hello there. I'm going to be giving you guys a whole lot of free stuff today. If you are just coming on for the first time and you need to take a screenshot of some stuff, I'm going to put this up here so you can take a screenshot of it. I'm also going to tell you the recipe as well, but if you could just take a good screenshot of that, I hope you guys can see that very clear, because I don't have a way to get it to you guys for free where you could just download it for free, because I don't want nobody just following my Patreon for free stuff, because that's not the type of Patreon I want to have. So if I could figure out a way where I could get you guys to be able to download it for free, then we'll get it. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing? Good to see you today. I'm going to sit down for a minute. So I'm going to teach you guys for a second before we make some laundry soap. Hello. Well, let me wait for some people to join, because there's only one person on, and that's Mrs. Tammy. Oh, we got 9. Oh, okay, that was quick. Tammy Hunter and Passion. How you doing? Good to see you guys. It's so good to see you. It is lovely. Today is Monday. I came live because we had a whole lot of good things going on last week concerning the laundry soap, and I wanted to make it and also be able to upload a video to the Patreon to answer so many questions that I was being asked last week, and also a lot of stuff I was seeing that I was just like, oh Lord, I gotta make a video. It's just not going too well for people. So I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to give you guys some recipes and everything like that. How you doing? So first of all, I want to give you guys a cold process, pure coconut, no super fat recipe. And if you got a phone, go ahead and take a screenshot. This is a recipe that I use right here. It's some super hard coconut. As you guys can see, this is very hard, and I want to explain the process of that. I actually have some lye back there cooling down, so I'm gonna make like a video for it, but I can't do that right now because obviously I'm talking to you guys. But if you can screenshot this recipe, this will be a good recipe to follow if you plan on making some laundry soap, guys. So here's a good recipe for you to screenshot. Let me know if I need to move it over more. Let me see. Yes, it's good to screenshot it because you can zoom in on that stuff. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so this is a good recipe right here for your coconut soap. And you won't have to worry about it not drying out, because it dries like, I mean, like literally like the next day. Mine was like really dry, and I was able to just take it and grate it and go to work with it. So it don't take long to dry at all. Okay, so this is the recipe for the coconut soap. One more time, if you guys want to go ahead and take a screenshot, go ahead and take your screenshot. Okay, how you doing? And so here is a recipe for a laundry soap. This is so this one is what I call my Buff City dupe. Okay, we have quite a few recipes, so I'm giving you guys the Buff City dupe. I have quite a few recipes, and so we're going to talk about all of that, and I want you guys to go ahead. If you could take a screenshot of that. That way you can do this one later. This is a pretty good recipe. Very, very good recipe. This is the recipe that I started out with at first. I don't know if you guys can see it. But as you can see on the bottom, this is Buff City soap recipe. And this is on the top, our recipe or whatever. So a lot of people are making... So I'm gonna keep these in my hand. If you guys need me to put them up again, just let me know. I just want to explain the process of laundry soap. A lot of my research, a lot of things that I discovered along the way. I was not able to make a video today because my phone storage is acting like crazy. I just got a new phone and I honestly really don't think I knew what I was doing, because I thought if I got a new phone I would have more storage, and I don't know what I did. And it just, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my camera and I'm going to take my camera out. I'm going to get a memory card for it today, and I'm just going to go grab me another HP laptop so I can be able to just, you know, just work from that and just use my camera going forward, because I can't fight with storage. That storage can be the devil. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's so aggravating. It pisses me off. Like, you'll be in the middle of doing something and no, phone is full. Like, okay. And you done deleted everything. I mean, you done deleted all your pictures, all your videos. I mean, my phone is naked. I'm like, do you want my Uber Eats too? Like, I mean, you want everything. You want Uber Eats too? But anyway. So, and this is the recipe right here again. So this is the Buff City soap recipe. They use washing soda, salt, citric acid, and coconut shredded soap. So they use like a shredded soap, and they use about 1 ounce of fragrance inside of that. I paid attention to what I did was I went to one of their videos and I saw them how much fragrance they were pouring inside of their recipe. I looked and they had a shot glass, and if you go into the store they use a shot glass too. The typical shot glass holds about 1 ounce of fragrance. Okay, so a typical shot glass holds about 1 ounce of fragrance, and they were making 32 ounces of the batch, because I know exactly how much they put inside of their containers, because I have the same exact containers. So I know that these containers only hold about 30 to 32 ounces of washing powder, laundry powder. So because of that, I knew that they were putting exactly 1 ounce of fragrance inside of this. Now, to me, I think that that is way too much. I think that's a lot of fragrance to use in 32 ounces. So I do, in my recipes, I give you guys how much to use, like my suggestion. So mine was about 16, what was that, 30, what was that, 30, 66, 66. Probably about, what is it, 32 times 96 ounces. And so in mine, I let y'all do like a 1.5 ounce of fragrance, and it's really strong. So I think that theirs is like really strong. So you can go up on the fragrance, and because of the way we have it, it does not clump. You don't have to worry about clumping or anything like that. There's no clumping. So the secret to no clumps, and because we have changed also our Carpet Fresh recipe, guys. So we have a new Carpet Fresh recipe. The new Carpet Fresh recipe came about because of the clumps. I know that you guys were experiencing a problem where you were making your Carpet Fresh and you was having a lot of little balls coming out of the container, and it's like, oh my god, how can I get rid of these little balls? I noticed that the big box companies, when we buy theirs don't have those balls. We don't want it to be like, just because you buying it homemade, it has to be some kind of like, you know, jacked up ish type of stuff going on. So we discovered how to get rid of those little balls, and what we do now is we put salt inside of our Carpet Fresh. We scent the salt, and that way we don't have a wet formula. Okay, so I just put that in the Patreon about 3 days ago, just giving out exact measurements. A lot of the exact measurements I get is because I've experimented with a lot of stuff. So if I have not said hello to everybody, I want to say hello to you, and it's so good to see you today. I'm here because my phone storage is out and I could not record a video, so I just figured I'd just go live with you guys and talk, give you everything you need to start your laundry soap business. All right. So when it came down to the laundry soap, we knew that the laundry soap alone would not give our clothes that fresh scent, not like it do when you use the chemicalized Gain and Tide and stuff like that. You know, that stuff is like high in dye and chemicals, and so we were not using that, so we could not get the scent to really show up in just using the powder alone. A lot of people won't tell you that. So what we did was we developed something called a scent booster. And the scent boosters basically give you more heightened scent inside of your laundry soap. Okay, so I gave the scent booster recipe out on the Patreon, and it's in there, guys. So if you're a part of the recipe, because look, I can't print out all of this stuff, and I don't know the recipes off head, you know, because I printed this out for y'all, but I don't really know the recipes off head. Can you use cornstarch for the carbon refresher instead of salt? Cornstarch don't get rid of clumps. Cornstarch is about as soft as Kevin Hart. It's pretty soft. But this is basically baking soda, fragrance, and Epsom salt. Epsom salt is really good at softening clothes. It's really good at softening clothes. So not only do the scent boosters give you a heightened smell to your laundry, it also softens the clothes as well. So this is what I ended up making. So I ended up doing mines with like dupes. Like I basically went and got dupes, any fragrance that I felt was good, like Gucci or whatever. And so because I wanted to make mine more of so like a luxury type of laundry line, I didn't want to do just regular. The only normal one I have is this one. So this one is the fast lane, and I think this one is like I forget which one it is. I'm not even gonna put it on there. I have another one that's lemon sugar. I think I just said it somewhere talking to y'all, because this one obviously we know which scent this is or whatever, but let me see. I might have not even took it out the bag. Let me see. Let me see. See, that's why I don't like doing live stuff, because when you do live, you don't have the stuff right in front of you. But what we do with it? Y'all see me with that lemon sugar? What the heck I just do with it? But anyway, lemon sugar was the only normal one that I did. When I say normal, that just means that I scented it with a scent that everybody would have. Nothing I did was like a scent that you would just find. I actually like sought after luxury scents, and that's what give you the ooh and ah anyway. Well, anyway, so moving on from that. All right, so let's talk about this that I gave you guys for free. That's what I'm looking for right now. Here it is. Okay, let's talk about this. So this is the coconut soap recipe, and I told you guys if you want it, you can just take a good screenshot of it. I'm going to start giving you guys on YouTube free soap recipes, because soap is like really something that you can make recipes yourself on soapcalc.com. You don't need nobody's recipe. You can make it yourself. You know, I made a video recently, and it was a dishwashing video, and I was like, I got aggravated, so aggravated, because everybody kept coming under my recipes about Ellen Roof, and I was like, yo, this, you can make recipes yourself on a soap calculator. You do not need to go and take nobody's recipe. You do not need to use nobody's recipe. And it was like, I just ended up cutting the comments off on the video, because it was like, Ellen, I'm like, dog, this ain't, you can make these recipes yourself. So this, I can show you guys how to make a recipe on soap calculator, but this is a free recipe that I'm giving you guys that I made myself with no super fat, so that it would be perfect. Because you're going to find a lot of coconut soap recipes out there, but you want it to have no super fat, because it will dry out faster with no super fat. So this is a no super fat recipe right here. So I take my soap and I basically put it and I chop it up. I take it out immediately. Like when you make it in a cold process way, you want it to solidify, and listen, once it's solidified, if it's a little warm still, it is completely fine. Take it out of the loaf immediately and begin to break it down and begin to turn it into you know, just little chunks or whatever, depending on how your grater is. My grater is a little bit bigger, so it's, you know, you really don't need to make it like little chunks. So for mine, this is how my chunks need to be. They need to be this big. This is how I do mine, and I just grate it up, and then I let it sit out. Once I grate it up, I let it sit out for about 3 days, and then come back to it, because it's easier to work with when it's like super dry. All right. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to tell you guys was about the recipe. So the recipe is, so we got washing soda, which is really good. Washing soda is pretty good for clothes. It gets your clothes nice and white and clean. You don't have to worry about like it leaving any residue or anything like that on your clothes. It's pretty good. So washing soda has been used for so many years, so many years. Salt is good at hard water. If you guys know anything about like hard water, it's more like a softening agent. So I like using salt in my dishwasher tabs recipe because it helps with like the glasses when they come down to that hard water, and you know, breaking down that hard water off them glasses. So you know, I wouldn't do it no other way. Coconut shredded soap, we already talked about that, but we want to talk about why we use the coconut soap. So the coconut soap is good because it's a stripper, it's a degreaser, and a lot of people use coconut soap to strip the oil from their hair when they have super oily hair. All right, and another thing is the fragrance. Of course, we're going to use fragrance, but you can use essential oils. Now, the question that I did get is, will the fragrance like make the clothes get oily? No, it will not. Because you're using so much inside of it, it literally breaks down the fragrance as if it was grease. So you won't see fragrance on your clothes or anything like that, but you will definitely smell the fragrance on your clothes. So today I'm going to do, I'm not going to do a booster on here, but I do have, like I said, the booster to go along with every single washing powder I have. So this is my booster to go along with this. So whenever somebody buy this, I sell the booster along with it. And so it's on my website at diamondshinedesserts.com. If you search Diamond Shine soap in Google, Diamond Shine Desserts will come up. So that was like the teaching part of it. I wanted to tell you guys that. And if you have any questions, you can ask me or whatever, but I'm getting ready to make some. So I'm going to make some regular laundry soap. And if you need the recipe again, let me know. I just don't know how to put it down in the description. Oh, I can put it in the description. I'm like, I can't link it in there because I would have to put it from my website. So I don't know how to do, you know, a free linking from the website. Not doing that. I'd rather just put it in there so you guys can just take a screenshot of it. All right. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to lean this down just a little bit. I'm going to lean this down. I'm going to bring my camera down just a little bit. And I'm going to make me some laundry soap. And I want to show you guys how it's done. Now, when it comes down to the fragrance load, you know, I keep getting these questions or whatever. People keep asking me like, you know, how much fragrance to put in or whatever. I gave you guys an exact amount to put in, but you know, if you feel like that's too much or that's too wet, you can always add some more dry ingredients to kind of soak up that fragrance, so you can bring it down a little bit if you want to do it that way. I use the recipe, I use 1.5 ounces of fragrance. All right. And to me, that's perfect. Like it is literally perfect for what I'm doing. So I'm gonna bring my camera down just a little bit so you guys can kind of see. She said, can you please, because I can't get a good picture. Passion, you don't need no good picture. You already got the recipe. This recipe is in the darn Patreon, so you don't need no good picture. This is why you know you ain't been around. You could get the PDF and you could print it out from the Patreon. So I'm going to be using this bowl. And I'm going to be making some laundry soap. And I want to show you guys how it is done. So first of all, you want to use some gloves. So I'm going to grab me a set of gloves from right here. It's going to take me a second just to grab these gloves. I got them right here. So you want to use some gloves because you're going to be using fragrance, and you don't want to be irritated with the fragrance, okay? Yes, Passion better stop playing with me. She got the recipe. She don't need nobody to give her. But I'm going to put it up here again just so not you, Passion. The people, if you want to take a screenshot of it, because I can see it, so I know you can see it. And this is the recipe right here. Not this on the bottom. This is showing you Buff City Soap's recipe right here to show you that it's the same. So this is the Buff City Soap dupe, okay? And this is my own recipe. This is not no recipe off of nobody's YouTube channel, so please just know that. I don't need the comments and the no. This is mine. But this is exactly what we use, okay? All right. So you just kind of play around with that fragrance just to see what it is that you like. And if you're a person that don't want to do any of that, by all means, just go to my website and purchase mine. You will love it. All right. So I'm going to add six. All right. So we're going to start from the 16 ounces. All right. So the first, so I'm going to use some baking soda. And it doesn't matter what order you make the recipe in. There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. All right. So it don't matter what order you do it in. So I'm going to add that. I want to be able to bring my phone down more, but because I did not use the right angle, the thing to angle it. This is my other holder. This is the actual one that go to my camera, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna see if I can bring it down more. Okay, I can drop it down just a little bit more. Okay, all right. So I put that in there. As you guys can see, that's the 16 ounces. All right, so I'm gonna use some grated coconut soap, guys. Now the grated coconut soap, I can grate it for you guys if you want me to, or I can just go and get it while it's already grated. You guys let me know which way you prefer. You want me to grate it in front of you, or do you want me to already give it to you grated? She said, I didn't know it was the same one. Oh, okay. Passion, you know you got all things. You got keys to the city, okay? Hey, Rochelle. So do you guys want me to grate it, or do you already want it to be grated? Because I have like a big old container with it already grated. Okay, so let's go get the already grated container. All right. Okay, so we have a big already grated container. Bam. So when I make my laundry soap, guys, this is already dry. It's already dry. And it's already, you hear it. If you can hear it, is when you can hear it like with your ears and it fall like this, it's dry. So it's already dried out. And I make a whole lot of it. So you guys seen I had like 8 6-pound, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I had 8, about 8 of them, and then I used two of these. I used 2 of these too. So I used all of these and I made the coconut soap. So I have a lot of coconut soap. So it's best when you do it. I made an actual it's called a master batch. Now, if you guys want the master batch recipe, you gotta have master batch materials, okay? So if you want it, I will give it to you guys. Okay, good to see you, Crystal. If you guys want the master batch, I'll put it in the Patreon, but if not, I'll give it to you guys. You gotta have all of this. And then I ended up having to pour because it did not fit in the bucket. I ended up doing it in here, as you guys can see, because it got soap all around here. I ended up using my hand mixer and everything and mixing it from here. And then I took a picture and was scooping it out of here and pouring it into the molds. And I was moving pretty fast because it does harden up pretty quick. All right. So okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my grated coconut soap to this. And I gave you guys the recipe. Like I told you, you could customize it. You can add stuff to it if you want to. You know, it's totally up to you. I add stuff to mines. And I gave you everything that I was adding to mines. Now, if you want this exact recipe that I'm using right now, that's in the Patreon. The one that I use for mines, my exact recipe. So I'm almost here. And then I gave you guys a recipe too. So I have a couple recipes that you guys can just kind of try out and see what you like. But out of all of my recipes, this is my favorite one because it really does work. It gets your clothes clean. And I have, you guys know I have 5 children. I have 5 children, 4 little ones. So the little ones definitely needed something extra in the laundry because it was, you know, my baby is, she's gonna make sure she got some stains on them clothes, okay? She's gonna make sure she got some stains for you. All right. So that's the coconut soap right here. So we got that. That's already here. Okay. And so we got the baking soda on the bottom. We got the coconut soap. So we're gonna use this one. This is the washing soda, and the washing soda is considered a laundry booster. All right. So we're gonna pour the laundry soda in here, and this is the way that Buff City Soap does it. Okay. This is the way that they do it. So this is the way you're gonna do it. And let me tell you something. When it comes down to selling these, you can make a lot of money off of selling laundry soap. I sell my laundry soap for $20 a container. And guess what? There's no complaints because it's definitely totally worth it. It's worth it. And once you use it one time, that's it. You just got to use it one time and you're a believer. We have made you a believer. So the next thing we're going to put in is the sea salt. And we like the sea salt because we said that the sea salt breaks down hard water. So we're going to use all of this sea salt. We use the whole thing. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do after we add this sea salt to here, we're going to use some sodium percarbonate. And I told you guys that the sodium percarbonate is the dry version of hydrogen peroxide. It is also what the ingredient is in OxyClean, okay? So we need that OxyClean, and we're going to add that. Now, when it comes down to this sodium percarbonate, it has to be used at a certain usage rate. You just can't go free pouring it in there because if you use too much of something, it can actually go bad, okay? Even though it's a good thing has limitations as well. You know, like they say, don't eat too much honey. The honey may be good to you, but if you got too much of it, it becomes bitter, okay? So that's the same case for this. All right, so now when it comes down to the fragrance, guys, now I'm using a regular fragrance, but by all means, none of my fragrances are regular. These are all like luxury fragrances that I'm using inside of my laundry soap. So if you guys are on my website, you will see that each one have like a different one. So this one is the only regular fragrance I have, and that's lemon sugar. The other ones is like Versace, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, like, you know, those kind of fragrances. That's what I use in my laundry soap because I did not want my laundry soap to be like anybody else's. I wanted mine to be a little different. So all that using the stuff like, you know, black ice and all that, no, I want to charge for mine. So I want to make it worth it so I can say luxury. So today I'm going to be using something that, this is not a luxury fragrance, but I will tell you this. I'm not promoting Fragrance Buddy or anything like that, but I will tell you this. This smells like a luxury hotel. And it's called Fluffy Beach Towels. It smells really good. It's very strong, very potent. Anybody that buy this fragrance will tell you that this is a very strong fragrance. And most people will hear Fluffy Beach Towels and they'll think about like, you know, just like, oh, it's a linen fragrance. She said, is it the fine grain? What you mean? What you talk about? All right. Anyway, so anybody that use it will know or whatever. They'll be like, all right, this thing. So I named mine Marriott. So everywhere I go, people buy it. Yeah, it seats. Okay, no, it's not the fine grain. I don't, because I put this inside of, like right now, we're gonna have to grind this up. We're not gonna just put fragrance inside of it. We're gonna have to grind this up. So I'm about to bring out my food processor, and we're gonna grind this up, and then we're gonna add the fragrance because we can't do it the other way around. All right. So yeah, so this fragrance is really strong. It's very potent. And I love it. I love it. I call it Marriott, and I call it Hilton too. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my food processor so that we can take and we can break this down in the food processor, and then we're going to add our fragrance and everything like that. So you guys give me a second. I'm going to grab it. As you can see, I'm moving pretty quick, so I won't have you waiting long. So just be patient. I'm going to just grab it. Okay, guys. So this is my food processor. So we're going to take this. First, what I'm going to do is, because I want to get the fragrance oil thing out of the way, I gave you guys the recipe. If you need me to put the recipe back up on the screen, I'll put it back up there for you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to weigh out my fragrance. And I told you guys that I'm using 1 ounce of fragrance. 1.5 actually. So I'm going to grab a container, a glass. Always use glass, never use plastic, because it will literally melt through. It will melt through. So you don't want to use plastic ever to put fragrance in. So I'm going to use 1.5 ounces. And if you go over a little bit, it's okay, because, you know, you could just always add a little bit more dry recipe. Like you can add a little bit more coconut soap. You can add a little bit more washing soda or something like that to soak up that extra fragrance. So don't be, you know, alarmed if you add a little bit too much. So for me, when it comes down to making this laundry soap, guys, there are some do's and there are some don'ts when it comes down to fragrance. I just believe that when it comes down to laundry soap, I would use Gain, I would use Tide, I would use Downy. If I wasn't using like the fragrances that I use, I would not be using strawberry and Jolly Rancher and all that kind of weird stuff, you know, because most of that weird stuff don't be selling. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some people don't want to, they clothes smelling like everything that you put in a candle. So just be kind of careful about what kind of fragrance you actually choose to use. All right. So that's just a little word of advice. Yeah, just a little. So I'm going to grab my cord and I'm going to go ahead and plug up this food processor. And so we're going to start processing this out and turning it into powder. This is the most important part. If you do not turn it into powder, it just will be a mess because, you know, of course, that coconut soap is, you know, just, it doesn't look right in there like that. Like, I'm about to show you guys again. Where's the bowl? Here's the bowl. Okay. So you don't want to put it inside of your actual product looking like that. You want it to be shredded. Okay. So let's go ahead and start putting it in here. And it's best that you get a big one if you're going to be doing it a lot, because I got like 2 of them. I actually purchased like 2. And I don't use the other one, the small one. I only use a big one. Okay. And this is another reason why the coconut soap need to be dry. Because if you're doing this, I'm up here like about to cough. If you're doing this, it will stick. It will stick. The coconut soap will like stick inside of here if it's not like dried out. Okay. So just make sure it's dried out. So I'm going to start off by just grinding this up. And this really fit a whole lot. I mean, really, this fits a whole lot. I literally can pile this up. But I have to do it in like 2. So this whole bowl is going to make like 2. Well, at least like 1.5. It's not going to fill. The next one ain't going to fill all the way up. It's like 1.5. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to grind this up. For the person that wanted me to grate the soap, that would have been nice to do, but we had to still do this, and I forgot about it. So, this will soothe you. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, never put fragrance inside of it first, because the fragrance will literally stick to this plastic. And it won't come out. It will literally, like, you can wash it 1,000 times and it will still smell like that fragrance. The fragrance actually like bonds to the plastic and you won't be able to like get that smell out. All right. So I'm not finished yet. I'm just moving it over a little bit so you guys can see. But now I'm done. Okay, so now it's like a powder. Okay. This is why I don't, I just get just regular Like when I tell y'all gotta you could get the coarse sea salt, you get it doesn't matter. You could get coarse, you could get regular, because it's all gonna get grinded up in the end. Okay? So this is what it looks like and what it's supposed to look like. Okay, it's supposed to look like powder. Okay? So once you put it through the food processor, you want it to get to that powder phase. You don't want to see any chops of coconut. You should not see any coconut, guys, any. Okay, so I'm gonna put the recipe back here because I know some people just coming on and I want to make sure you get it. But also, if you come back to this video when I get off of here, I'll have it in the description box for you. You could get it out the description box. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pour this into here. Okay, but I'm not finished. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pour this into here, and then I'm gonna sit this to the side. All right, we're gonna sit this to the side. And like I said, if you guys know, you're gonna have to do this twice, because if you use my recipe, it's gonna fill up about 3 containers. So you'll fill up about 3 32-ounce containers, which is how I do it, because I like to make 3 at a time with my 32-ounce containers. I don't like to just make one. Like this is not, you know, I don't want to make one. All right, so then you go ahead and you do this, put it in there, put this last little bit in there. So it's not going to take you long to grind that up because you only have a little bit, just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and we're going to grind this up. This video I will post in the Patreon later on. All right, so it's finished. You guys see that it's a fine powder. Okay, it's a fine powder. So we're going to take this and just kind of sit this off to the side because we're finished with that part. Now, when I'm doing a whole lot at one time, I got everything right here. Everything is right here. So I'm using a clear bowl just so you guys can be able to see it. It's for y'all, not really for me, but I'm doing a clear bowl so you guys can see clear through the bowl. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in here. Okay, and now we already have our fragrance weighed out. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is, and this is what you normally see Buff City Soap do. They take it and they say, okay, they just start pouring it in there just like that. You start pouring it in there just like that. Okay, and you want to start mixing it around. Now, my advice to you, because it gets pretty strong, I will wear a mask because it is very strong. So if you're going to be working with a whole lot, doing big batches, you're going to be doing this a lot, you want to make sure you wear a mask because over time, you can't inhale the fragrance at, you know, this rate. It's really, really strong. Okay. Okay, so this smells really good. It smells so good. I'm going to go and grab 3 containers. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask questions, but make sure you are mixing. Like, do not mix, okay? All right, good to see you. That's Sam. That's not even Samantha. That's Sam. All right. So you just mix it. Make sure you're mixing it. You have to mix it because guess what will happen? You'll have little clumps of fragrance inside of the batch. And, you know, you don't want to have any kind of fragrance left in it. Okay. So I'm still mixing. Now, one thing that I did notice that certain fragrances that have vanillin in it. And what is vanillin? People going to ask what vanillin is. Vanillin is basically a little bit of vanilla content. It just have it has a little bit of vanilla inside of the fragrance. So you'll see it on the back of your bottle. It will turn it like a light cream color. It won't turn it brown, but it'll give it a cream color, and it did with this. Because some of it come out completely white, like this one. This one is completely white. And then I have one in a, I use like a Chanel fragrance, and that turned it like a brown. Like a, just a cream, not brown. So you make sure you get everything mixed in. It don't take long. Going to the bottom, making sure. Okay, so now it's ready to package up. Okay. So I'm going to go and grab me about 3 containers because this is going to fill up about 3 containers. And I'm going to start packaging it up. All right, I got a little bit of drops in there. I don't want to waste no fragrance. Anybody got any questions? Because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to package this up. And then I'm going to let you guys go. I'm not going to hold you on here long. I just want to make it with you guys. So I'm going to grab 3 containers. Oh, look. I got some more in here. That's a lot to waste, right? All right, so let me grab it. 3 containers. So that'd be 3 32-ounce containers. We got 3 32-ounce containers. That's what we're going to say that this batch holds. Okay, so it might be a little bit less inside of one, but if you find yourself needing a little more, all you got to do is just add a little bit more coconut soap or baking soda, whatever you want to, add to it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start filling this up. So I'm going to grab something to just put this inside of that. Something dry and clean. So I'm going to grab like a little container really quick just to add this inside of the buckets. Well, yes, this is how you make the laundry soap, guys. I gave you the recipe free of charge. So you can go and start your laundry soap business without a problem. Anybody have any questions? Okay, so this one is pretty much full. Okay, this one is full. I want to add a little bit more to it just to make sure them corners is full. I can. Okay, so I put my label right here like I do on the front, and then I put my ingredients on the side. I don't put it all in the same label. That's how I do mine. I'm not sure how you're going to do yours, but that's how I do mine. All right. So I'm just going to repeat this process. Anybody got any questions before we go? If you have not joined the Patreon yet, you could go to Patreon and look up Diamond Shine Soap. And it is full of recipes, guys. It's full of recipes. So many recipes. If you want some good skincare and candle recipes, that's where you're going to find it at. And also the other formulas of washing soap. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so you got the other formulas too. I have about 3 different formulas that you can try. This was another formula that I made. I gave you guys the one that was a Buff City dupe. So if everybody around you in the neighborhood like Buff City, you're about to take their business, okay? You're about to snatch up Buff City soap customers. They're going to be coming to you because your fragrances is going to smell 10 times better than theirs. Okay? So this is the last one that I'm making. And usually if I have any soap left over, which I normally don't, which I actually usually have to add more to the last one. I can normally have to add a little bit more coconut to it, or, well, not coconut. I use like washing soda or something like that. So like right now, I realize that I'm not going to have enough to fill that up. So I just go and I take a little baking soda. Okay. And I take a little bit of some washing soda. Okay. And then I just mix it into the fragrance that's already in it. And that's just if I don't have enough in there. Okay, and then I just go and I basically make sure it's all mixed in together so it won't be nothing uneven. Okay, and that way it's all scented. Everything is scented. And this is it. So I'm just going to fill this up and that's it. I'm going to label these, put them on my website, diamondshinedesserts.com. And because y'all know Diamond Shine soap is Diamond Shine University, so I can't use that one. I already got that one up there. And I sells it. My favorite one is lemon sugar. I love lemon sugar for some reason. I don't know what it is about lemon sugar. I'm in love with that smell. Seriously in love with it. It's so strong. You can get lemon sugar from Nature's Garden. It's really, really strong. Okay. So now, like I told you guys, you could use those smells all day long. But when it comes down to like the scenting, like smelling it after you do it, I'm going to take these gloves off. You're not going to smell it. You're going to need to make a booster. So I can't really make a booster right now because it's already 2 o'clock and I done made this with you guys already. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this back up on the screen so you guys can take a screenshot of it. Give me 1 second. Put this back up on the screen so you guys can take a screenshot of it. But I'll go and put it in the description later on if you guys need it. Okay, so that's one recipe right there. And I gave you guys the washing powder recipe, but I'll give it to you again just in case you missed it. Okay, and you should be able to get that one really clear. That one, you should take a screenshot of it and get it really clear. So that's it. We got it. The boosters, I'm going to put these on my website. But the boosters is made up of Epsom salt, baking soda, and fragrance. And if you need the exact measurements, just go to Patreon and it's in there. And I think it's on a $5 level if I ain't mistaken. It might be. I don't know. Might not be. But go and do it that way. And you'll have like a scent booster to sell with it. So what I do is I sell mine like a set. So you could buy the scent booster, you could buy the laundry soap together, and I do the laundry soap for $20, and I sell the booster for $5, or I'll sell it for $4. So they'll just buy it for $4. It don't take nothing but a few cents to make one of these boosters. So you just make whatever you make. Like today, I just made my Marriott, and as you guys can see, the vanillin, you see it changed it, made it like kind of cream compared to the other one. You see the difference. One of them is darker than the other one. Yes. So I'll have like a hotel on here, like a hotel, you know, like something like this that'll be cute. And I'll call it extended stay or something like that. You know what I mean? So guys, if you love this, go ahead and like the button. And I'm so glad to see all of my new subscribers. I will see you guys again. I actually have some coconut soap that we're going to do together. If you guys have any time or whatever, I'm going to melt in my coconut soap and my coconut oil, and I can come back on here and make it with you guys because I gave you the recipe already. So we could just make it, and that way you guys will know exactly how to make it. How you doing? We could do it like that. All right, we could do it like that. So I'm going to take the temperature of that lye, because the lye is just sitting there on the countertop. I'm gonna take the temperature of it, and then if it's cooled down enough where I can make it without having, you know, an issue, then I'll just come back. If not, I'll probably just have to post a video. I think I'm gonna end up coming back though. But I'm gonna let you guys go and I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna melt down the coconut oil, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna make that coconut soap together. And the coconut soap is actually like the base of this, okay? It's easier to grate it when it's like so hard like this. I love it like this. It's like cheese. It's a little harder than cheese though. All right, see you guys later.